Most people in the self-development world focus on mindset, for example, positive thoughts, and the enhancement of the performance of the physical body. While those two things are really important, I want to share with you today the real game changer of self-development, and that is actually to become friends with your emotions. Why that is, I want to explain to you in detail in a minute. But before I get started, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Veronica. I'm a life coach, and I help people to reconnect to their emotions and in a compass which leads them directly to the higher purpose. So in the introduction, I claimed that emotions are the real game changer of personal development. I want to quickly answer this question. Why? Why is that? Before we get into the main part of this video, which is to explain emotions, what they are and what's the purpose of emotions. So the reason why it is so incredibly beneficial to get in touch with your emotions is because emotions are basically one of the areas today in society that is mostly neglected. We have a really strong developed mind and we are really good at rational thinking and being really, effective. But when it comes to our emotional self, it's actually super much lacking. Most adults today don't know very basic fundamental things when it comes to their emotions. For example, what they actually are, how to manage them in a healthy way, and why it is so important to get in touch with them. So as you can imagine, it's like a really crucial part of your experience you are just not developed in. And when we talk in emotional and developmental stages, it's actually this: most people are emotionally very underdeveloped. They're actually stuck at a level of 3 to 4 years old. And of course, this leads to all kinds of problems, because, for example, when people are triggered, when they are in a conflict, very often they seem like they become children again. They are sulking, they throw tantrums, they just leave suddenly. Those are all signs that someone is really emotionally underdeveloped. And of course, this will create major problems in your relationships, but also in your career, because of course conflicts are a major part of our life. And if you know how to handle them really well and how to manage your emotions really well, you will get very far in this life. All right, but let's now focus on the main part of this video to explain exactly what emotions are. So emotions are essentially part of your mind, body, spirit system. So that's one very important thing to start with, to not think of yourself as like separate parts. It's not like your body is disconnected from your mind, is disconnected from your emotions, is disconnected from your spirit. No, it's all intertwined, and the different systems inform each other very, very closely. And in terms of emotions, what they essentially are is a part of yourself is communicating to you through your emotions. You can call this your consciousness, your subconsciousness. You can call this part your soul, your spirit, whatever you want to say. Just your brain. But essentially, you get information about where you are at on your life path. And when we really break it down, sort of like the most basic functions of you as a human being, that is survival, your emotions will always tell you when you're in a dangerous situation. So you will immediately get this emotional reaction when you, for example, are about to go into a dark alley. Even if you're thinking about something completely else, something tells you, oh my gosh, this is a dangerous situation, right? That's your emotions warning you. Or the same is when you are meeting a person, for example, that is not in a good state of mind, you will immediately know that something is off. You will get like a fear reaction. So that's your emotions basically protecting you. But when we take this to a higher level, and that is really your higher consciousness guiding you along your life path, there your emotions are also telling you always where you are at. So for example, when you've created a life that is completely not in alignment with your higher purpose, you will probably experience a lot of really uncomfortable emotions, because your higher self, your consciousness, whatever you want to call it, is telling you this is not where you're supposed to be. You need to change something. And you can always see this when people have experienced a burnout or, you know, really intense depression. It's usually because they have been guided to a choice point and they're not making this choice. So these intense emotions are coming along to like shake you awake and say like, what are you doing? You're wasting your life right now. And and the other option though is that emotions are telling you about unresolved wounds that you have not yet healed. And so if you would not heal those wounds, even if you would be in your higher purpose, totally in alignment, you would still not feel happy, because you can imagine that emotional wounds are like physical wounds. Like even if you are a millionaire and you've created your dream life, but you have a broken leg and you're not mending it, you're not healing it, then you will not be able to experience joy, because you're in so much pain. So you gotta heal those emotional wounds before you can really experience joy and happiness in your life. And so on the most basic level, you're feeling emotions in the body as physical sensations. And remember when I told you that all of our systems are connected? That's why it is actually incredibly important to get in touch with your body if you want to get connected with your emotions. Because if you can't feel your body, you cannot accurately feel your emotions. And I have a great training for this actually. It's a meditation. It's called Feeling Emotions in the Body Meditation. It's free. You can download it just on the link below. And this is a meditation that helps you actually to feel these physical sensations in your body. And when you do this for a long time, you will get better and better actually pinpointing what you are exactly feeling, because that's so important for your emotional development. Because if you don't even know in this moment, do you feel anxious or do you feel angry? You know, do you feel sad or do you feel disappointed? Then you can't actually go very far in your emotional development, and obviously you can't get your needs met because you don't even know what the problem is. So you feel emotions as physical sensations in your body. And the other cool thing about then this work, when you get more in touch with it, is that actually you start becoming not so scared of the uncomfortable emotions. Because when you think about it, most people don't follow their dreams or don't do what they want, not because they're actually afraid of a certain thing happening, but how that thing would make them feel. You know, for example, oh my gosh, I love this girl, you know, I want to tell her how I feel about her, but I'm so scared of rejection. So what are they scared of? They're scared of the feeling of rejection. And imagine how many times in life you are blocked just because you're so scared of an emotion. So when you do this emotional work and this meditation, for example, to get more in touch with the physical sensations of your emotions, you train your ability to feel uncomfortable feelings. Because sometimes when you do this meditation, it's not just a blissful experience, you also maybe feel a lot of pain in your body, which is emotional pain essentially. But you can train yourself to feel that, and then you are basically becoming like Superman or Superwoman, right? Because almost everybody is running away from this emotional pain, and you can stay. Of course not, the goal here is not, you know, that you deliberately create your life or you stay in situations that make you feel really terrible. But very often in order to progress, you gotta go through uncomfortable feelings. For example, when you wanna set boundaries or when you wanna heal past wounds, because in order for that, you actually need to be able to properly feel them, and then you can integrate them. All right, so I hope that this video was really beneficial for you. This was basically like a basic crash course in what are emotions and what is the purpose of emotions. And I hope that you very deeply in your heart felt why it is so important to get back in touch with them. Because really, if you do this work, your emotions are going to directly guide you to your higher purpose, and you're going to feel more joy and fulfillment than ever before. So change your mindset. Your emotions are not your enemies. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to harm you. You just got to understand the message, and then your whole life is going to change. So thanks so much for watching, and I wish you a beautiful rest of your day.